Hi, I'm Barb Pearson, Nursery Manager at White Flower Farm. Today we're going to talk about how to unbox your plants that have traveled through the mail to your home. First off, you can see that there's arrows pointing up, so you want to make sure you don't turn your box over. We're going to slice open very carefully the tape going across the top of the box, making sure that you're not digging far into your cardboard box and hurting your plants in the process. So we're going to slice this at the top very carefully. And here we've got these beautifully packaged plants. Very carefully packaged so that the tops of the plants and the roots aren't damaged. The first thing you're going to do is remove the paper packaging. You're going to take your paper and save it for later to be recycled. Then you can see we have this nice pulp insert that holds the plants. This is a bare root plant and this is a potted plant. For your potted plant, they have little cardboard inserts here that hold the soil in. So you don't want to turn it upside down and just remove your cardboard insert. Place your plant out. It's happy to be outside. And here's a bare root plant that's very carefully packaged with a root and crown in here. We're going to keep this in a cool, dark place until we're ready to plant. So we're going to set this aside for a moment. And also to note, we have a pulp insert, and in some cases there's another layer. So check your box for a second layer of plants. Now that you've unboxed your plants, we're going to let them bounce back from being in the mail for a long time. With a potted plant, you may notice some wilting or some stems that are bent, but that's normal. The plant will bounce back after it's acclimated. With a bare root plant, you don't have to worry about acclimating to the light. You really want to keep it in its original packaging. Don't try to water it while it's in this package. You're really going to leave it packaged so the roots stay moist until about an hour before going into the garden. So your bare root is going to go in a cool, dark place, maybe your garage, maybe your basement. So you're going to set those aside, making sure that you keep your labels with the plants so you can identify them later. And then also with the potted plants, you can see here that the soil is wet. You can see that it's dark. If you're not sure, touch the soil with your bare hand and feel if it's wet or dry. If it is dry, you're going to water it and let the water run through the bottom of the pot. If it's wet, leave it alone till later and only water it if it is dry and it needs water. When acclimating your potted plants to go out into the garden, you want to give them some light, but shade is best with just some bright indirect light so they can start getting used to being back into fresh air and light without putting it in full sun. The full sun will burn the foliage after it's been in the box for a few days because it's been in the dark. So let it get some bright indirect light. Maybe you have a covered porch or somewhere you can put it prior to planting. Not everyone has time to acclimate their plants prior to planting. So if you have a day where you say to yourself, I've got to get out there and get these plants in the garden, it's okay to do so. Remember, the most important part of your plants are the roots. So if you put the plant out and you do see a little bit of burning on top, it will grow out of it because it has healthy roots. With your bare root plants, their new growth is new to the sun. So it may struggle a little bit in the beginning, but it will come out of it because it has healthy roots. And now you're ready to put your plants into the garden.